Yes, welcome back to my channel. And life changes. One thing for sure, you can never change another person's life without you being changed. So we work on us being changed, and then we work on others being changed, and we impact the world that way. I'm Bahati Hilda, and in case of any questions, please don't hesitate. Make sure that you just put them right below, or you just send them to my number. I'll be able to respond. Some of these things come out of questions that have been asked by other people or by fellow coaches or by fellow people on the mentorship program that would really want to know how best they can live their lives. And now today, I want us to just share a little bit of a laughter about narcissists. I know some of you have been talking to me and laughing me about the post that I make, and be like, but you have a nice way of just bringing in the narcissists in your posts, because it's not an in thing, but it's really happening and it's so rampant. So today I want us to know, what games do they play? Because maybe you actually don't know that you have one in your life, and I think I want us to just dive right into them and just talk about gaslighting, and when they lie and then they pretend they did not lie, okay? Because when you talk about a narcissist, you see them by their fruits and what they do, their actions. And their actions will always point to one thing, being toxic. And one of the things that you will really experience when you're in a relationship with them is that you will never be settled. You will always be on your tiptoes. You will always be second guessing yourself. No confidence, no self-esteem. It will be like you'll feel like a kid who is in a relationship with a big daddy, and all of a sudden, all the time, you're asking for permission to do certain things, or you can't do certain things because it will annoy them. And so you're walking on eggshells in your own relationship. So how does the gaslighting really work? When you talk about gaslighting, they will twist something, and it will feel like you are the one that actually did it instead of them doing it, okay? And then they will lie about it and then pretend they actually don't know they lied about it. And let me tell you, they are very good at their game. That is why I say, to overcome a narcissist, you stop playing, because this is a mind game. And this mind game is a silly mind game, a very bad mind game, a very negative mind game. Now, the moment you come into the playground and you're like, let's play, because it takes two to tango, then you have given them a platform to display their game and their tricks and all that. Now, the moment you say, for example, if someone says, if they get into I don't know much about boxing, but if you get into the ring and then you just choose not to fight, you realize someone cannot fight with someone who is not fighting. So you have robbed them of the chance to display their tricks. So they get angry and annoyed. Now, that is where you will differentiate between the narcissist that is not violent and the narcissist that can be aggressive and violent. Because if you stop playing, they will either want to kill you, they will want to pour acid on you, or they will want to, your one leg goes off, so that they say, have you heard this saying of, if I can't have you, then no one else can have you? Now, that is a typical narcissist, a violent person, and very aggressive. Otherwise, a person who loves you, they will love you even when you love another person, okay? And then they will let you be. They'll be like, maybe she didn't choose me, or he didn't choose me, but I loved them anyway. And you would wish them well and pray for them. But that is not a narcissist for you. And then they have a way of having very painful sarcasm. They're very sarcastic, but with very painful sarcasm. And this will be to bring you down. For example, how your body looks, or they will talk about your short. You're in this relationship with this person, but they always talk about how short you are. And mind you, you cannot change how short you are or how tall you are. And then they make weird jokes about it, and those jokes never stop. Okay, even when you tell them, but what you're saying really hurts me, another time they will find a way of bringing that humor, the same painful humor, and say it. And sometimes this is the highlight. They love making this humor when there are so many people. Like you have a group of people, and then someone says, that is why you are this and this. That is why you, and sometimes they will use the information you give to them. For example, if you tell them, I really don't know, but my mother needs deliverance. You know, my mother has a bit of night dancing. And so, you know, you're opening up to your better half. You're opening up to your boo-boo. And then all of a sudden, boo-boo sees that there's a meeting, there's other people. And it's like, and they will just bring it up. And then you'll be like, what? Like, I trusted you when it was just the two of us, and now you, sure, that's why you wet the bed. Sure, as in, they will use the list. They will say, you even have bad breath. As in, do you say that in public? Even when you're trying to rebuke, do you know that there are so many people who have spouses that have bad breath, but they have failed to tell them? Why? Because they're like, you know, they keep thinking, they're like, oh, I'm going to insult them. Oh, no, and then they're like, let me keep quiet. Let me just keep buying toothbrushes and toothpaste. But for a narcissist, they will be using that as a point of reference, and they will abuse you about things that you cannot even change, okay? They will even, and like, you even don't have a degree, but so they are really, really, really treating you in a way that you really don't deserve. And then they have a way of projecting their own failures to you, okay, or things that have not worked out, or the anger that comes from themselves or other people, and then they project it to you. Why? Because to them, you're like a punching bag. So later, or everything they bring has to target you, to beat you down. And guess what? A narcissist will never want you to earn money, so much money, because they know if you have so much money, then you can leave them. So this is what happens. Even when you earn so much money, you have to earn that money and give it to them. Okay? So give it to them for planning. Because now they can plan for the home, and we can have narcissists. So there are many women that are narcissists and men that are narcissists. Now, if you're the woman and you're the one working, they will demand that you give them the money, and then they will plan. And most of the time, they will not plan. They will use it for their own gains, or buy extra lands. And when they buy land, they will never put it in both your names. They will put it in their own names. Why? In case you get to a time, because let me tell you this. To them, it's a game, and this is what they see, that in the end, you will get tired, because they know it's also bad and hurting what they're doing. In the end, you will get tired and leave them. But when you leave them, crash, go to rock bottom, start from zero. You cannot start from anywhere. Now, they feel so much pain if you have some money, or if you have a support system that believes on you. That is why a narcissist will always want to spoil you, even amongst your own family, amongst your own friends, so that everyone will say, and then they play the victim. They just play the victim. When you get into the tricks of the narcissist, they can get to your head until you will feel like, am I a bad person? Am I a bad wife? And then they will make your friends believe that actually you are a very bad wife and you are a very bad person, okay? So you have to be very, very, very careful when you are dealing with narcissists, because, I mean, it's a decision that you have to make. If you try and say, let me cope, let me learn how to live with them, you have to know these tricks. So I think, let me just say this last one. We talked about silent treatment and then pretense of ignorance. Have you ever brought someone and you're like, you know what, but I'm going to tell the pastor, I'm going to call my mother, I'm going to call so-and-so that we can have a meeting. And then you have that meeting, when there are like 10 people. And then you're just thinking, we're going to have an exchange, and then we're going to talk about real issues. And then you start talking about the issues, you who is the victim, the true victim. When you talk about the issues, and then the narcissist will be like, but when did that happen? I even don't remember it. It's like, but I think she's lying. And then you will look like a liar, for all the people that you have invited to sort out your issues. Everyone will be like, and then they will pretend like they don't know anything. They will pretend like they are the angels. And let me tell you, for a narcissist, you only understand them when you are with them. The people outside, they're like angels. They can step on them and go. They can insult them and go. But for you who is in a relationship with them, you are the target and no one else is the target. So they will play ignorant until you will feel like, when you say you found a text message in his phone, a flirting text message, he will be like, I've never seen that message. After, they will delete it first and then like play like they're ignorant about it and it has never happened, until you will be like, this is why most of the victims or the people that have been with narcissistic people, they will never trust themselves again, because they make you second guess. They're like, did I see it? Did I not see it? But I remember reading that message. It was from Florence. Florence was calling him the love of my life. And then you'll be like, oh, it was my mind. Oh, I didn't see it. So do you see, a narcissist will make you a mad person, in your own marriage, in your own relationship, and you'll feel like you're a young kid who doesn't know what they are doing. That is why most of them suffer loss of self-esteem and confidence, and they find it hard to bounce back to normal life. You can find a woman who is a manager or a man who is a top CEO somewhere, but being gaslighted and played ignorant and silent treatment and all those things by a narcissist, and they will become like a mad person that understands nothing. Until that person can be fully restored, then it becomes a problem. So if you need part of what we're talking about, you can always reach out, and then we go on a journey to actually discover where you are, what's not working, and how it can work for you. But I just wanted us to just share, what kind of games, so that you know that these are the kind of games that they play in people's lives, and it's just not worth it. Stop playing.